Hello guys, this is Happymath channel. In this video we continue with the coordinate geometry, but we change the topic. Today we learn about the relationship of lines or the intersection point between two lines. Before we continue, I want to remind you about the condition between the two relationship between the lines. We have a two special case. One is the two line is parallel. So what is the condition of the two parallel lines? When you got the equation of the line 1, it means y equal to m1 x and c plus c1. This is the general form of the lines. And you have a line 2 is y equal to m2x and plus c2. So the condition about the parallel line is mean when you got the line 1 is parallel to line 2, it means you have two conditions. First, m1 have to be equal to m2, and the second, c1 have to be different to the c2. Why? When you got the m1 equal to m2, this means they have the same slope or the same gradient, so it have to be parallel. But c1 different to c2, it means the line 1 have to be different with the line 2. Okay, so if you have the C1 equal to C2, it means the L1 exactly is the same with the L2. So that is not the parallel. That is the same lines between the two lines. So okay, L1 parallel to L2 is mean M1 has to be equal to M2 and C1 different to C2. So the second special case about the two lines is perpendicular. Perpendicular. So what does it mean perpendicular? When the line 1 make with the line 2 a right triangle. So this is the perpendicular or the normal to. I can write down L1 perpendicular to L2. So the condition of this case is the product of the two gradients have to be equal to -1. This means you got the m1 times with m2 equal to -1. Okay, so I just remind here or review you about the two conditions of the parallel and perpendicular. But a lot of exercise after this, we practice a lot about this topic. Exercise 1. Find the gradient of the straight line, that is question A, parallel to the line y equal to 3 minus 2x. Okay, so question A. You got the gradient of this case of this line is -2. So the gradient of the straight line perpendicular parallel to this line have to be gradient equal to m2 equal to -2. Okay, how about B? Parallel to this line. This form of the straight line is not about the form the y equal to mx plus c. You have to change this form become the y equal to mx plus c. So m in this position have the mean of the gradient. Okay, so it means I have to change from this equation become to a new form which y stand alone. First one, I move minus 5y from the left hand side become the right hand side and to change the sign. So I divide both sides of this equation by 5. And you got the new form of this line is the 2 over 5x plus with 1 over 5. So the gradient of this line is 2 over 5. So the new straight line parallel with this line have to be gradient of that line have to be equal to 2 minus 5. Okay. Perpendicular C, question C, perpendicular to the line y equal to 3x plus 4. Perpendicular is mean the product of the two gradient have to be equal to -1. We got the gradient of this line is 3, so m1 equal to 3, and you find the values of the m2 is -1 over 3. Question D. In the same way, first of all you have to change form of this straight line become the y equal to mx plus c. So we got that minus x plus 3 divided by 2. So equal to 1 over 2x plus 3 over 2. So the m1 equal to minus 1 over 2 times with m2 equal to minus 1. So m2 have to be equal to 2. Okay, I hope you get a little bit more understand about the parallel condition and perpendicular condition after this exercise. We continue. Find the form y equal to mx plus c, the equation of the straight line. Question A. Parallel to the line y for x minus 1 which passes through the point which coordinate 1 and 7. From this line, we got that the m1 equal to 4. And two lines here parallel together, so you got that m2 is 4 also. And this straight line passes through the point 1 and 7. Okay, do you remember about the equation of the line when you got m and the point h1 and y1? The formula of this line is y minus y1 and time equal to m times with h minus h1. Okay, so in this case we got the m equal to 4 and the point equal to 1 and 7. So the straight line, the equation of the straight line in this case is y minus 7 equal to 4 times with h minus 1. So y equal to 7 plus 4h minus 4 and plus 7. It means equal to y equal to 4x plus 3. Okay, question B. Do by yourself first, after that compare with my result. The perpendicular to the lines y equal to 6 minus x which passes through the point with the coordinates minus 4 and 3. The gradient we have from this line is m1 equal to minus 1. So perpendicular line is means the gradient of the two lines have the product of minus 1. So it means you got that the m2 equal to minus 1 divided by m1. It means minus 1 divided by minus 1 equal to 1. And the point we have here is minus 4, 3. So the equation have the gradient equal to 1 and passes through point minus 4, 3 is y minus 3 equal to minus, this is plus 1. X minus 4 is mean plus 4. So we have the equation is yx plus 7. Yeah, quite easy. Change the position minus 3 from left come to right become with the positive 3 plus 4 equal to 7. And you got 7 here is. Okay. Question 3. Okay, find in the form ax plus by plus c equal to 0, where abc are integer. The equation of the straight line, question A, parallel to the line 2x minus 3y plus 5 equal to 0, which passes through the point coordinate 3 minus 1. Okay. Question A. First you have to find the gradient of this line. You have to change from y equal to 2 over 3x plus 5 over 3. So the gradient of m1 equal to 2 over 3. So perpendicular is mean m2 have also equal to 2 over 3. And the point we get here is 3 and minus 1. So the equation of the line A is y equal to 2 over 3 x minus 3 and plus 1. Plus 1 or minus 1? I think it is minus 1. Okay, so y equal to 2 over 3x minus 2 minus 1 and y equal to 2 over 3x minus 3. Okay, recheck Okay, I think this is right answer. Question B. Perpendicular to the line 3x plus 4y equal to 1 and which parallel the point 2 and 5. So from this line, I got that the 4y equal to minus 3x plus 1 and y equal to minus 3 over 4x plus with 1 over 4. So from this case, we got the m1 equal to minus 3 over 4. So perpendicular is mean the m2 have to be equal to minus 1 divided by m1. This means minus 1 divided by minus 3 over 4 equal to 4 over 3. Equal to 4 over 3, and the point we got is 2, 5. So the straight line of the question B is y minus 5 equal to 4 over 3 times with x minus 2. Yes, so you got the y here is 4 over 3 x minus 8 over 3 and plus 5. Okay, can you help me to calculate this operation? Minus 8 over 3 plus 5. Okay, so question C is the same way. You can do it by yourself. Form. In form of the AX plus BY plus C equal to 0, so where we see the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line segment joining each part of the point. Yes, the new definition here is what is the perpendicular bisector? Perpendicular bisector between a segment like this. When you got a point A here and point B here, you join them together, you have a segment. Perpendicular is mean you have to draw a new line perpendicular to AB, but it has passed through the midpoint of AB. Midpoint of AB is mean the point have the same distance between have the same distance from the edge ending of the segment. For example, MA have to be equal to MB, and the line here is perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector have to be perpendicular to the line AB. Okay. So this is not a too easy exercise. So let's focus on this question. First one, question A. The first one, you have to find the midpoint of the point A and B. You got the formula to calculate the midpoint is h1 plus h2 divided by 2, and y1 plus y2 and divided by 2. So the coordinate of the midpoint in this case is 4 and 2. So how about the gradient? The gradient of the line AB, I mean the M1, has to be equal to the YA minus YB divided by HA minus HB, and it's equal to 4 minus 8 divided by 0 minus 8. This means 4 minus 8 and minus 1 over 2. The perpendicular bisector has to be perpendicular to the line AB, so the M2 have to be M2 is mean the gradient of the line perpendicular bisector have to be equal to minus 1 divided by M1. And minus 1 divided by the minus 1 over 2, and is equal to 2. So you got the gradient here is 2, and the point here is 4 and 2. So the equation of the perpendicular bisector here is y have minus 2 equal to 2h minus 4. So y equal to 2h minus 4 times with 2 equal to minus 8. and you change position from the -2 on the left hand side. This means plus 2. So the full equation here is y equal to 2x minus 6 equal to 2x minus 6. Okay, now we change form, become to the ax plus by plus c. It means you have to rearrange the term in this case. First one is the 2x and minus y and minus 6 equal to 0. Let's change the position between the x, y and the constant number. Question A, we finished. Question B. First one, you have to find the midpoint between the 2 points is 2 plus 4 divided by 2, 7 plus 1 divided by 2, and you got a 3 and 4 here. So the gradient of the M1 is means the gradient of between these point is 7 minus 1, 2 minus 4, 6 minus 2 equal to minus 3. So the gradient M2 is perpendicular with the M1, so minus 1 divided by minus 3 equal to 1 over 3. The gradient here is, we have the point is here. So the equation of this line is y minus 4 equal to the gradient times with x minus 3. Yes. So y equal to 8 over 3 minus 1 plus 4. Y equal to x over 3 plus 3. So you change the position to get this form. Ax plus by plus c. This means x over 3 minus y and plus 3 equal to 0. Equal to 0. Yes. Okay. Do it by yourself with the question C, and you will get the midpoint is 3 minus 1 over 2, and the gradient of M1 is 1 over 4, and the gradient of M2 is minus 4, and the final result of this case is 8x plus 2y minus 23 equal to 0. Okay, do it by yourself first and check. Please check with my result. Question B. The vertex of the triangle are the point A, B, and C. Find the gradient of AB and the gradient of AC. Quite easy question A. The gradient of AB is means you have to find the gradient between the point A and point B. Minus 3 minus 1. Minus 6 minus 4. It means 2 minus 2 and minus 10 equal to 1 over 5. And the gradient of BC between the point B and point C. Minus 1 minus 4, 4 minus 3, minus 5, 1 minus 5. So question B. So that the angle ABC it means this case ABC equal to 90 degrees. It means AB perpendicular to BC. The angle ABC equal to 90 degrees. It means the gradient of AB has to be perpendicular to BC. So you got that the gradient of AB times with gradient of BC equal to 1 over 5 times with minus 5 equal to minus 1. So the gradient, the product of the gradient is equal to minus 1. So AB has to be perpendicular to BC. So this angle has to be equal to 90 degrees. So that's quite easy. Question 6. The line with the equation is perpendicular to the line with the case. So find the value of the constant k. These two lines is perpendicular together. This means the gradient of them times together equal to minus 1. So first one, I want to find the gradient of this case, of this line first. 3y will be equal to 2x plus y, and y equal to 2 minus 3x plus 5 divided by 3. So the gradient of this line is 2 over 3. For this case, minus ky equal to 3x minus 1. So y equal to minus 3 divided by kx and plus with 1 over k. So the gradient of M2 is minus 3 over k. They perpendicular together, so M1 times M2 equal to 2 over 3 times with minus 3 over k equal to minus 1. So simplify this case 1 minus 1. So k equal to 2 is the final answer. Question 7. Such line M pass through the point A and B. Find the equation of the line L. Give your answer in the form this case, where ABC is an integer. So question A, quite easy. You can work by yourself and compare with my result. The result here is question A. The gradient of AB will be equal to 1 over 3. Just calculate by yourself and substitute the value. So you got the gradient here is, and you can choose the point in this case. So the equation of the line AB is mean the line L is y minus 7, 1 over 3, x minus 1. So y equal to 1 over 3x minus 1 over 3 plus 7. So 3y equal to x minus 21 over 3. So minus 20. Yes. So change the position, x minus 3y and minus 20. The equation of the line B. Okay, quite easy. Question B. Prove that the line OM, M is the midpoint of the AB. So where the original is O, so it's perpendicular to line AM. From in the first case, question A, you got that M of AB equal to 1 over 3. So in the question B, the coordinate of the point M equal to minus 5 plus 1 divided by 2, 5 plus 7 divided by 2, so minus 2 and 6. Okay, so line OM. So what is the gradient of OM? 6 minus 0 minus 2 minus 0 equal to minus 3. So you got that the MAB with the MOB OM equal to 1 over 3 times with minus 3 equal to minus 1. Equal to minus 1. This means they have to be perpendicular together. The question is too long. Gonna a little bit long. Such a line P has equation. The straight line Q is perpendicular to P and parallel to the point which is the coordinate of S and phi. Find the equation of Q in the form y mx plus c. Okay, perpendicular it means from this case you got the gradient of the MP. The gradient of P here the 3 over 4, quite easy to see. And the gradient of Q had to be equal to the gradient of MP. So it had to be 3 over 4. 3 over 4 and you got the point is 8 and 5. So you can easy to calculate the y equal to 3 over 4x minus 1. Okay, do it by yourself and check with my result. This question is too easy to solve. The question B, the straight line R is perpendicular to P and part of the point, the coordinate minus 4 and 6. Minus 4 and 6, or it means MR have to be equal to minus 1 divided by minus P. This means minus 4 divided by 3, that's correct? Yes. And the point we got here is minus 4 and 6. So the line of R is in this form. This my result over 2 R equal to 0. So find the coordinate of the point where the line Q and R intersect. You got the Q. You got the Q is here, and you got the R in this question. So from this case, you got the Y equal to 3 over 4x minus 1. So you have to find the intersection point between the two lines is 3 over 4x minus 1 and 4x plus 3y minus 2. It means when you want to find the coordinate of the point where line Q and line R intersect, it means you have to find the coordinate of the intersection point. The coordinate of intersection point is the solution of this system equation. This means you have to find both x and y also satisfy this case and this case and this line. Okay, so quite easy. I will substitute the value of the y from the equation 1 into the equation 2. So after that you got the 4x plus 3 come with y is mean 3 over 4x minus 1 and minus 2 equal to 0. So you got the perpendicular equal to 4, so I times 4 in both sides of the equation. 16x 5x and 9x minus 12 and minus 8. So from this one you got the x equal to 20 divided by 25. This means 4 over 5. Yeah. Substitute the value of the x into the one of these equation. For example, I want to substitute in this case in this line. So you will got that y will be equal to minus 2 over 5. Okay. Question 9. Find the equation of the line L1 in the form it's just like partial form. Okay, first one you find the gradient of the line here is. So after you calculate, you will got that the gradient is minus 3, and the point I will choose is 1 minus 5, and you will get that the y will be equal to minus 3x and plus 2. 3x plus 2, is that right? Yes, I think so. So you change the position, become in this case, it means 3x plus y and no, this is a minus 2. Sorry, this is minus 2 and plus 2 equal to 0. Question B. L2 is perpendicular to L1 and part of the point in this case in the form the distance between the original from the original and the point where L intersect. Okay, so this one is the L1, and now I want to calculate the L2. M2 is perpendicular to the L1, so M2 is minus 1 divided by M1. It means minus 1 divided by minus 3 and equal to 1 over 3. And the point the L2 is part through is 4 and 6. So the gradient of L2 is let me take x minus 3y plus 14 equal to 0. So you have to find the intersection point between the L1 and L2. It means you have to solve the system equation. From the equation of L2, I will get that x equal to 3y minus 14. And I substitute this value of the x into the L1 equation. This means 3 times with x, it means 3 times with 3y minus 14 plus y plus 2 equal to 0. 9y minus 22 or 42 plus y plus 2 equal to 0. So y will be equal to I think 4, and after that you will got that the x value is h value. When y equal to 4, so this one is 4. 4 plus 2 4 plus 2 is 6, minus 6 divided by minus 3, so x equal to minus 2. So the point, the coordinate of the intersection point between the L1 and L2 is minus 2 and 4. So you have to calculate the distance between the origin means the coordinate of the origin is 0 and 0. And this point, minus 2 and 4. Do you remember about the formula to calculate the distance between the equation A and B, x, yb, ya, xb, and yb? The distance between A and B is a formula, in this formula, ya minus yb square plus with ha minus hb square. So you got the intersection point is minus 2, 4, the origin 0, 0. So the distance between them have to be equal to minus 2 minus 0 square, 4 minus 0 square, and take square root. The final result 4, 60 equal to square root of 20. Square root of 20 is mean 4 times with 5, and I separate the radical, become with the two radicals together, come them together. Square root 4 times with square root of 5 equal to 2 times with square root of 5. So by this way, I can change the distance between the intersection point and the origin, become with this form. K times with square root of 5. It means k equal to 2. Okay, you can understand. Thank you for watching, and this video is quite a little bit long, so I hope after the 9 exercise you can understand more about the perpendicular and the parallel condition. And from the 9 exercise here, I want to remind you about how can you calculate the midpoint between the 2 points and the formula to calculate the distance between 2 points. So if you think everything I say in this video is useful for you for your mathematics, so please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much.